Brutal Brad Pitt joke was cut from Golden Globes Awards after F1 nomination. The Hollywood legend recently starred in the popular F1 movie, but was absent from the Golden Globes Awards. Golden Globes host Nikki Glaser has revealed that she decided to cut a brutal joke about Brad Pitt's role in the F1 movie from her monologue. American comedian and actress Glaser hosted the 83rd Golden Globes Awards as the ceremony took place on January 11th at the Beverly Hilton Hotel in Beverly Hills, California. Several of the biggest actors in both television and film were in attendance at the ceremony, with Leonardo DiCaprio's One Battle After Another and Netflix series Adolescence among the big winners. Glaser received praise for her fiery opening monologue at the event that roasted many of the celebrities in the room and set the tone for the night. But there was one joke about Hollywood legend Pitt and his involvement in the recent Formula One film that didn't make the cut in the F1 film. Pitt starred as Sonny Hayes, a driver who amazingly returns to the Formula One grid after a 30-year break, with the film impressing fans and earning nominations in several major award ceremonies. However, despite the positive reaction to the movie, it was surprisingly absent for most of the awards categories, picking up nominations only in the cinematic and box office achievement and the best original score categories. Perhaps the biggest surprise was that Pitt didn't receive a nomination for his performance as Hayes, and it forced awards host Glaser to remove a brutal joke aimed at the 62-year-old during her opening monologue. Brad Pitt is nominated for his role in F1 tonight. See, that's what I love about Hollywood. When a man turns 60, he gets to play a race car driver. Meanwhile, after 35, every role for a woman is a tired mom who hates her life, Glaser planned to say in her monologue. Pitt decided not to attend the ceremony, but if he had, Glaser planned to add, "And Brad, you are so good I was almost convinced that you've driven yourself somewhere in the last 30 years. But Brad did a lot of his own driving in the movie. And Brad, I don't want to embarrass you, but your blinker was on the whole time there." What other jokes was Nikki Glaser forced to cut from her Golden Globes monologue? And Pitt wasn't the only one who Glaser decided not to mention during her opening monologue, as she later admitted that she had cut any jokes regarding politics in the wake of the fatal shooting of Renee Good during a protest in Minneapolis, Minnesota. "It's not funny," she said on the Howard Stern show the day after the Golden Globe ceremony. "I was going to come in at some point and say, I'm hearing from a bar that we're out of ice. And you know, we don't really need ice. And actually, I hate ice. It just felt like, oh, even that's just being too trivial," she continued. "That's what it felt like. This isn't even that anymore. It's hard to strike the right tone." Glaser later explained that she decided that even mentioning the name of President Donald Trump felt like it was too political. "It was like, you just don't say that guy's name right now," Glaser told Stern. "I just want to give it space." Every F1 driver that cameos in new Brad Pitt film as 5 drivers miss Final Cut several big names did not make it into the highly anticipated movie. The highly anticipated F1 film will be released to UK audiences on June 25th and fans will catch a glimpse of Brad Pitt alongside their favorite drivers. But not everyone made the cut. Pitt, 61, plays a character named Sonny Hayes, who was once one of the best drivers in F1 before he was involved in a horrific crash, which saw his life take a negative turn. However, 30 years on, he gets called up to a failing F1 team who beg him to return to action at the top of the sport. The storyline takes Hayes to all 4 corners of the globe as he competes in various F1 Grand Prix events. For now, we'll leave the plot there as we know some of you will not want the film spoiled before you've even had the chance to watch it. But what we can tell you is which real-life F1 drivers make an appearance during the movie: Sergio Perez, Lewis Hamilton, George Russell, Charles Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Lance Stroll, Pierre Gasly, Esteban Ocon, Kevin Magnussen, Nico Hulkenberg, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, Logan Sargent, Alex Albon, Zhou Guanyu, Valtteri Bottas, Yuki Tsunoda, NYCK De Vries, Daniel Ricciardo, Liam Lawson, and Max Verstappen all feature, but 5 drivers missed out. The unlucky drivers were this season's rookies: Franco Colapinto, Kimi Antonelli, Isaac Hadjar, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Oliver Bearman, who were not part of the cohort of drivers when the filming took place during 2023 and 2024 Grand Prix weekends. Speaking at New York's premiere of the film earlier this week, Pitt praised the drivers' participation in the movie. "The teams and the drivers, everyone opened their doors for us, and they are a big part of this movie. Pitt said via F1 that the hardest thing was to develop a story. He added, "The sport is so revered and there's so many people that are quite knowledgeable about it. And then there's so many people who haven't seen it yet. And to try to thread this needle where we're not dumbing it down to those in the know, but as an invitation and explanation for those who have not been around this sport before was really the most difficult thing of it all. And I think we did a pretty damn good job." Max Verstappen has made his feelings clear on F1 movie after refusing to film specific scene with Brad Pitt. The F1 movie, starring Brad Pitt, was released on Wednesday. Max Verstappen has already given his views on the new F1 movie amid reports he refused to film a particular scene with Brad Pitt. On Wednesday, the F1 movie starring the likes of Pitt, Kerry Condon, Damson Idris, and Javier Bardem was released to the public. Aside from the Hollywood actors, many current F1 stars were also involved. 5 of the 2025 rookies, Franco Colapinto, Kimi Antonelli, Isaac Hadjar, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Oliver Bearman were the unlucky ones to not make a cameo in the film. Prior to last month's Monaco Grand Prix, a private screening of the film was held exclusively for drivers, team principals, and special guests. However, reigning F1 world champion Verstappen did not attend as he opted to give the event a miss. Apart from the Dutchman, Aston Martin star Lance Stroll was also nowhere to be seen. When asked why he gave the screening a miss, Verstappen explained, via Planet F1, "I notified FOM, Formula One Management, about that, so they were well aware that I wasn't attending. I wanted to spend more private time, because it is private time at the end of the day, the evening also. I think it's coming out on June 27th, US release date, so I'll download it on Apple." He added, "Of course I get it. There was the opportunity to watch it, but if I watch it now or in 3 or 4 weeks, that's fine as well. I heard good stuff from the movie, so I'm sure that it's going to be exciting." Filming for the movie took place across the 2023 and 2024 seasons, and according to a recent report, Verstappen refused to film one particular scene with Pitt. As claimed by The Telegraph, the Red Bull superstar declined to take part in an extra nightclub scene with Pitt. The report stated, "Not everyone bought into it. Max Verstappen apparently declined to film an extra nightclub scene with Brad Pitt." The 4-time world champion also skipped the driver's screening in Monaco and the premiere in New